Hello, I'm Holly Proctor, and I'm the publisher of Inside Single Tree magazine. Today, I'm excited to be here with Andy Odie with Liv Sotheby's International Realty and Jarrett Osborn, the owner of Riverwalk Wine and Spirits. Andy is our video sponsor for Inside Single Tree, and we are visiting our business sponsors across the Vail Valley and are super excited to be here with Jarrett today. Look forward to some of your recommendations and favorites when it comes to your bourbons and wines and beers. So Andy's going to lead us on a little tour.
Yay!
And you're going to fill us in on what great things you've got here.
I'm excited to show everybody around.
Yes, thank you, Jarrett. So, okay, just so everyone knows, I love everything about your liquor store here. Various reasons. I just want to point this out for people.
Thank you.
So, a couple of them is super knowledgeable about all the different liqueurs in here. And yes, I come in for not just myself, I also come in here and purchase for my clients and tell other people to come over here because you're not only knowledgeable, but super friendly. So thank you for that. And also taking care of the locals because you do offer the local give back. And so anyone that's local, come in and just say you're a local and then you'll get the proper info and be inputted into your computer.
Well, exactly. You come in, we'll sign you up on our system if you're not already in it. Most of you in Single Tree are. I live in Single Tree, as do you, so it's sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get you, it's not one of these where you build up points, you just get a discount right there as the register. So that's easy to do.
Okay, well, perfect. Let's take a look around because, all right, we're going to look at some of the special favorites and different aisles, and I know one of them because we're over here by the barrel.
We are by our Buffalo Trace barrel, and we get one just about every year.
Yeah, so
we're slated, I think it's going to be January will be our next one.
Perfect, because the bourbon is one of your specialties. Take us over to the bourbon aisle.
So we expanded about 2 years ago, and we'll talk about our craft beer in a little bit. And one of the reasons was to get a whole aisle full of bourbon and whiskeys and rye. And a lot of them are here in Colorado. You'll see little tags. The lawns we love. We just brought in the Old Elk not too long ago. Woody Creek specialties. So you always find something new and special here. I don't sip on it tons and tons, but when I do that. I sip on it. Just a couple cubes of ice. And the good thing is you can buy inexpensive bourbon just by nature of the laws that go into it to call it a bourbon and get a great one, a sipping level. So we keep a whole aisle full of them. You come in once a week and you're going to find a new one every week.
Well, good, because I know nothing really, honestly, about the brown liqueurs. I'm more of the clear of the vodka and wines.
Full of vodka just
I know, and you've helped me and your team of just not only with ones that I know about, but ones that I don't know I'm familiar with that you have shared to say, try this one. But I also have to say my other favorite, the pink. Okay, so the rosés, hard to go wrong with the rosés.
Dry rosés every year, more and more, and it's not a summertime thing anymore, as I'm sure you know, Andy.
Yes,
it's year-round, and as you can see, we keep 20 or 30 in year-round. A lot of them from the south of France, which are usually the driest ones. Some from Spain. We always keep American ones in. The Klein's a beautiful one. The Tran from the south of France. So, some of your favorites and always something new as well.
And so knowledgeable again. So
well, we like them.
I know, I love it. So now take us to some of your top sellers or some other areas of the wines.
Let's back to the wine wall.
Okay,
in general,
yep.
We keep things under $20 on our metal shelves here. But then as we get into the higher
little tip.
we get to our wall.
Here.
And of course, Pinot Noirs are huge. So again, full wall of Pinot Noir. The big sellers in the store are still California Chardonnays and Cabernets. So we keep those sorted next to each other. And again, Sonoma-Cutrer, I'm sure you know and love, is not as oaky as most people think. And then we get some of the big boy Cabernets. We've got our cake bread up here, the Chapelet Signature, just beautiful wines. And like we mentioned about the bourbon and the vodka, every week there's something different. Patrick, our wine guy's bringing in something new. Jason, our whiskey man, is bringing in something new. Of course, Sean's craft beer work. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But that's part of the fun of this business. And thank you for your nice comments. But we learn something new every time.
Yeah, and I just love that, again, there's the experts throughout your team that have the beer, the wine, the bourbon. You have so many knowledgeable people throughout, not just, and one size fits all. You have your certain people that you know, I know all of you know and are knowledgeable with everything, but then you have your certain,
Right.
you know, people
Well, we
that
all
know.
have our specialties. You mentioned
that's
bourbon.
right.
If we talk about tequila, I pass you off to Rudy.
There you
He
go.
knows more tequila than
There
I
you
do.
go.
So yeah, that's part of the fun again, is everybody picks their favorites and learns extra.
Well, we all have our favorites. So now let's go head towards the other part of your
Yeah.
store and share, because the Colorado craft beers, we got to talk about that.
We thought, okay, we need more bourbons and more craft beers, and that has just continued to be a growth area, as we say. More importantly, we bring more and more and more Colorado breweries in. I think California and maybe Washington State are the only other states in the nation that can say they have as good a beer as we do
Wow.
in Colorado.
That's a pretty big statement.
Yeah,
okay,
I'll stand by that.
let's head over. Okay, we are now by the craft beers, that's a whole nother ball
You
game.
mentioned the expansion, which was a little over 2 years ago, and it was a no-brainer. I have trouble saying it. It's like I've been having so much fun. But this is sort of the raison d'etre of why we did it, to get our new 8-door beer cooler in, the explosion of the craft beers.
Yeah.
And it's still going on. And I'm the old guy in the store. I'm the traditionalist. So I like the old Germans and the English ales, and we have those as well. And so many more, but now a lot of our local breweries are doing those styles.
Yeah.
Tivoli down in Denver does beautiful German-style beers. Our local Vale Brewing Company, we keep these right here in the first door. Those are bonfires, our two closest brews.
That's right.
Keep the shelves full of them, and it's just, they're good beers. I mentioned earlier, there are only a few states in the nation that can say they're the best beers in the nation, and Colorado's one of them. You know, I'll argue, we've got so many down in Denver, close by here in Eagle County. Next county's over, it's awesome. So we try to keep all of them in. We've got, I know some people enjoy their chocolate stouts, so say Don Telluride. We keep their seasonal, ski in and ski out. Little cocoa nibs in there, it's a beautiful stout. You need something lighter, we mentioned the Tivoli. How about the Hell's Lager? And again, you talked about the specials. If you're talking IPAs, well, let me get you one of the younger guys.
Yeah, I know.
Because they know the
So
IPAs
great.
better than I do, and that's part of the fun of it. Everything's a little bit different.
Well, it's just fun, even just looking at what these labels are, the names are. It really is amazing. So, well, let's go mosey over to the last part, which, okay, saving almost the best for last is what we're not
by our fine wine cooler.
Oh, yeah.
So the other part of the expansion I was super excited about when we first had our higher end wine. So we'll call them $100 and up, but it's not about the price. It's about the specialness of it.
Yeah.
I know, specialness, maybe not the proper word, but it is. And we used to have one of them up in front, maybe had 10 or 12 bottles, and now we have, as you can see, 30 or 40 bottles and a little bit of overflow. And these are where we have our Bordeaux first growth, Chateau Mouton Rothschild. Your Grand Crus, when you get the Burgundies, we've got, what do we have in there? Olivier Bernstein right now. Sometimes we have our Domaine Romani Conti back here when we have it in. Your Super Tuscans, your big boys, your Tignan Yellow is in here. Your classic California cabs. Your single vineyard cake breads, your Bevins, Realms, Opus 1 when it's in, Chapelet Pritchard Hill. It rotates just like all our other ones. When we get new stuff in, we still get excited.
Yeah, well, there's something for everyone. So thank you so much.
Randy,
and Holly,
This is where I come back in.
Holly knows where this happens.
Keep this partner in mind. But seriously, Jarrett, thank you so much for an amazing tour. My head is a little spinning. We got beers and bourbons and wines. I can't wait to come back in for my next shopping
Barely
spree.
scratched the surface.
Thank you for being with us, and Andy, thank you for joining the tour.
Well,
It's been really fun.
yeah, thank you all, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you, Jarrett.